Hey, good afternoon everybody. Today's recipe is mild buttered chicken. This recipe was another request I had from a lady who wanted me to make a buttered chicken that was spicy and flavorful but was not too hot, and also was easy to put together and easy to clean up. And I think I hit the mark on this one. Okay, so here's the list of ingredients. And just one thing I thought I'd let you know, to keep it simple, for the actual cup measurements I will use measuring cups, but for the spices I am just going to use some kitchen spoons. Okay, you don't want to be too exact about this because the whole idea is that it's simple to make. First thing you want to do is set a large pan on low heat and get the butter melting in the pan along with some oil. You don't have to be precise on this. A couple of tablespoons should be fine. The point of the oil is to make sure the butter does not burn. While that's heating up, get your chicken breasts and just chop them up into bite-sized pieces. I usually remove the tendon on the end. If the one piece is bigger than the other, you can make 3 strips out of it. Once the butter is nearly melted, add the chicken. And just let it cook up on medium or medium-low while you get the spices ready. While the chicken is sauteing, what I like to do is get a couple of bowls on the side and just get the ingredients organized. So I have one bowl for the nuts. Oh yeah, and if you're wondering what the bags are for, it's a little trick I use in the kitchen. Instead of keeping a whole bunch of containers, if you're buying bulk things like nuts or spices in these kind of bags, what I do is after I open them up and measure out what I need, I just put them in a zip bag. And that way it keeps it from being a big mess, and the worst that happens is some of it leaks out into the bottom. And another bowl for the yogurt and the cream. Yeah, and if you're like me and you keep forgetting to grab spoons, you can just stir the chicken on the way by. Yeah, and after you just combine them, and this is to taste, so if you put a bit too much or too little, it doesn't really matter, you can adjust it. So just mix up the dry spices a bit. Now, one word here, for the garlic and ginger, you can use fresh and chop it. Honestly, for the sake of convenience, the pureed stuff in a jar, or minced, whatever you get, or paste, is just fine for this. Back to the stove here. So if you need to, you can turn the heat up a little bit here just to get the chicken lightly browned. Yeah, turn on the light so you can see a little better. You want the chicken to brown, but you definitely do not want to turn it up so high that the butter will burn. You should be getting a really nice kind of shortbread smell now. I'll just give you a quick zoom so you can see. Chicken is starting to get a nice little kind of toasty color. When it gets like this, turn the heat right down to low. And scoop the chicken out into a bowl. And set it aside for the meantime. The reason you want the heat right on low is you want the spices to cook, but you don't want them to burn, because if they do, it'll give a bitter flavor to the dish, which you definitely don't want. So first thing is the ginger and the garlic. Let's get a bit. Yeah, I do get a new spoon for this because you don't want to mix up the flavors. Stir that up in the pan a little bit. Add the dry spices. You should notice those get really fragrant right away. Just let that sizzle for a few seconds. And then add the yogurt and cream right away to cool down the pan. Add the can of crushed tomatoes. Add the nuts. Stir that all in. Put the chicken back in. It's been 20 minutes. Now I have been checking it every 5 minutes or so to give it a stir to make sure that it doesn't stick to the bottom and burn. And you should do that as well. So as you can see, the tomatoes are cooked and mixed with the spices now, and it's gotten a nice sort of reddish brown color. The sauce is really thick. The chicken is cooked all the way through. And yes, I did give it a taste, and it tastes pretty good to me. So there's my mild buttered chicken. I hope you like it, and I hope to see you again. Thanks. Bye-bye.